up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is the Chi Season 4, Episode 3. All right, I thought it was a good episode. We're starting to develop this story or whatever they're going with this season, so I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. No, Kevin, Keisha, and Nina are getting ready to go to school and work and everything for the day, and she's telling them that they have dinner at 7 o'clock. Keisha's like, I'm good. Nobody wants to actually come to dinner. Nina is trying to hold the family together while the family is falling apart. She's living under this false sense of reality that everything is all good when we know that everything is not all good underneath the surface. Keisha wants to eat junk food. She's telling her just because you want to eat bad doesn't mean the baby has to eat unhealthy food as well. Then she has this conversation with Kevin where she shows him this paper and say, these are the years of your life. And, every time you mess up, or if you mess up between these years and this year, you can mess up your whole entire life. And then, kids, they always trying to be smart and say something smart back. So he talking about, what about Obama? He messed up between this years. What about Oprah? She really messed up between this years. What about Allen Iverson? Boy, don't talk back to me. He said, I'm just saying that's no way of thinking. You don't know what my life is going to be like in 20 years. You don't know what's going to happen to me. All I can do is do my best, and it is what it is. And she says, I've never heard anybody say, a billionaire say it is what it is. And he says, Mark Zuckerberg says it all the time. So the way of thinking that is wrong is that I'm just going to do whatever I can do. And, hopefully the chips will fall where they may. That's not how life works. Oprah and Obama and all those people were calculated. Obama went to Harvard, didn't he? Kevin, you ain't even doing what you're supposed to be doing. You shooting people and shit. I'm pretty sure Obama ain't shot nobody on an accident or on purpose. Kevin has to get up and go to school because he has in-school suspension. I don't know why this is like a foreign concept on this show. In-school suspension has been around since I was in school, okay? So basically it's like when you get suspended for something that's not like a serious offense, they're not going to suspend you out of school for 3 days. Why? So you don't have to do any work and you can watch TV and play video games? No. They want you to do work. Sit up at the school. Okay? And I personally don't disagree. So he has in-school suspension for everything that transpired last week. And Dre is trying to get out the door as soon as she can because she has to bring Jada to the hospital, which she is not telling Nina. See that Rashad and Jake are playing video games, and Trig walks in on them, and they talking about the suspension that he has and why did he get suspended, because some white girl was sucking his D in the bathroom, and I told you white girls are just for screwing and black girls are for marrying. And you can see that this man is a bad influence on Jake because he's just talking foolishness to Jake or whatever. Because my thing is, even if you think that black girls are for marrying and white girls are for screwing, that's just a poor mindset for a man to have about women, period. He's smoking weed in front of him, and Trig is just annoyed with his ass. Put the shit out in my house. And Jake gonna get his ass up in the room talking about something. This ain't your house. This Reg's house. Bitch, last time I checked, Reg is dead to the cemetery. He don't live here no more. So Trig went back there and was like,
what you said? I'm sorry. Did you have to say something? Say that again.
What you saying now? Jake ain't had nothing to say. Jake has in-school suspension, which is also a surprise to everybody in the household. And he says, get your stuff. I'm going to take you to school. And Shad stops Trig on his way out the door and it's like, oh, I see you trying to be on this Uncle Phil shit. Like, what is it with you? And he's like, bro, I got to do it because clearly your ass ain't going to do it. Clean up around this mother. Do something. And he was like, man, I ain't no goddamn maid. And he was like, but you living here for free. Okay? The least you can do is clean up behind yourself. I'm sick of your ass. He sound like an angry ass mama who still got their kids living in the house. So Tiffany comes home from her night out of having wild good sex with her client. What's this boy name? Emmett is all up in a tizzy. He done worked himself in the tizzies, toys and shit all over the floor. She walk in the door, smooth with an attitude, and he like, where was you at? I was with my customer. Tell me who you was with the customer. Dante, are you fucking him? Yes. And he get better head than you do. Okay. And she goes into the room. I was like, ooh, it hurt, don't it? It hurt when she do it. You on you. My goodness. Although I don't agree necessarily with cheating on your husband. Okay. I feel like Emmett deserves it. I don't feel no type of way because Emmett shouldn't have done what he did. And now you feeling a crisis of conscience, and I understand that you're trying to do right. But like Keisha says later on, you can't do wrong your whole life. And the one time you decide to do right after you did wrong, not everybody's supposed to reward you and give you cookies and praise. Sir, that's not how life works. We see Duda meets up with Tracy. Okay, so we can see where this is going from the very beginning of the episode. They was gonna end up in the bed together somewhere. He said, "Do you want me to give you $5 million?" She like, "What the hell? What?" And he said he got to get his plan together and get it through the city council. But if everything works out, it's more where that came from. While they're in their meeting, Trig busts up in the office. Okay, he busts up in the like, what's up? Okay, he's seen the news talking about defunding the police. And he says, well, you said we could police our community. You said we didn't need as much of a police presence. You said this and you said that. I was like, sir, you're the mayor. And you talking about what Trig said? Come on now. And he was like, we have to have a plan. Okay, we can't just be doing shit now. Trig is up in here speaking with the voice of reason. Make it make sense. But Trig said, baby, we got to have a plan. We can't just be going off half-cocked. Tracy is like, well, you just offered me this money. Maybe we can use that money to help with this plan. We can get out there and pour into the community. I personally thought this storyline was sort of contrived because this type of shit would not happen. Okay, I'm just going to say that in real life that it would not happen like this. It could not be this easy to be doing this type of stuff. But okay. And I mean, on top of that, Trig is working for Doodle, who is the head of a gang. So y'all the head of a gang and you trying to prevent crime. Like, I don't understand. It don't make no sense to me. But we're going to continue to go on. So we see Emmett is upset. He's yelling at Tiffany through the door. You're not my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Look, I fucked up. And she was like, yeah, you messed up. Well, just answer me this one question. Did he pull out? She comes out and she's like, I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? If he pulled out or not. We both came lots of times. Okay, so I can't remember. She was like, it hurts, don't it? Because he was like, you get pregnant again, we don't have to wonder who the baby for. And that's what she said. She came out of the bathroom. She was like, it hurt, don't it? I was like, ooh, baby, she is mad. Because I know it's one thing about me, April, myself, that when I'm done, honey, I don't have nothing to say. I'm not going to argue with you. You're not about to get me riled up. I'm done. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care. So we can see that Tiffany is pretty much at her breaking point with this relationship. So we see Dre and Jada. They're at the doctor, and apparently this is an aggressive cancer, and they want to start her chemo as early as this week. He asking her, does she have somebody to drive? And, just the basics you going over when you finding this out. And so she thanks Dre for not telling Nina what's going on, because we know that Nina got a big ass mouth. She was like, well, I'm gonna have to tell her something eventually. I cannot keep hiding this from her. And then she was like, the reason I don't want you to tell her is because her daughter is Keisha, and Emmett is friends with Keisha, and they talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to get back to him. And I just don't want to put this burden on him because I think him and Tiffany are going through it. And she like, girl, everybody got burdens, girl. Everybody got things going on, but right now you need some support, okay? Preferably from your damn son. So maybe you should tell him what's going on. We see Emmett is at work, and Dominique comes in, and he says he told her about what happened. And, Dominique is like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, now she gonna be mad at me. Like, we got this testing tomorrow for their business they got with the edibles, and now everything is gonna be weird. And he was like, I'm sitting up here telling you about what's going on with me, and all you worried about is her. And she was like, well, shit, I ain't got no girlfriends. I want to hang out with a girl. I was kind of looking forward to having a friend that's a girl. And then she was like, well, who she messed with? And then he said she messed with Dante. And she was like, oh, Dante, that's the one who showed me how to make the edibles. I think that's going to be a problem too later on. They just dropped that in. But I think that, once Dante find out they using his recipe to make edibles, he going to want something in on the business. You know what I'm saying? And Emmett is like, damn, everybody know this nigga got dog. My thing was, sis, you probably would have more female friends if you didn't go around screwing people boyfriend. I don't know, fiance, boyfriend, likes, good sis. That's why you ain't got no female friends, girl. Because you ain't have no qualms sleeping with this lady man. I'm just saying, girl. Maybe that's the reason. He goes out to the front, and Papa is making a black-owned business sign just in case some protests pop off, because he said he want to be gainfully employed, and he ain't got time for nobody to be busting down the business with their bullshit. And I personally was just like, damn, that's messed up that a kid, knows what's going to happen. They see what's happening, and this could possibly happen to, the business or whatever, so much so that he's trying to prevent it. Emmett is like, damn, should I get a gun? Papa was like, nah, don't get no damn gun, child, because you done be done shot yourself. And I was like, if that ain't nothing but a word, that's a word right there. See, Duda and Rosalind, they having a conversation. So they walking into the building and she's talking about you can't be doing all the stuff that you're doing without some type of plan in place. You just going off half-cocked. You can't do this. Who do you think you are, some type of Trump character? And he was like, why not? I mean, I can do what I want to do. We can fix the problem. She's like, you're black. He's white. A politician, you can't do all that shit. Okay, so like I hear you, but you know, whatever. Then Jim and Daddy walks up and he starts to kind of agree with Duda about it. Well, you know, we can get it together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could do something right. You can bridge the gap. You know, but if this shit don't work, you know what I mean? You gonna be out of there, son. You know, y'all better get this right. Rosalind is like, girl, bye. Okay, like I'm done with this conversation. I'm done. I don't agree with none of this shit. And she leaves. Money in the shop and she's getting stuff together and a girl is brought to her by whoever, whatever gang that Duda is over. It's somebody girl. You know, I'm sure she's the prostitute. She brought her there to get her. He brought the girl there to get her hair done. He kind of like muscles his way in there. Then we see Kevin and Jake. They're in detention and the teacher is super woke and he tells them that he will let them leave the detention if they only write down what happened on a piece of paper. And they like, hold up, you could use this against us in a court of law? Hold up, who you gonna give this to? He like, I'm not gonna give it to nobody. Part of me think he was collecting that shit because he finna write a book or article or something without their consent and put it up in there. But you know, whatever. I just be side-eyeing. Okay, just like they was. I was side-eyeing them too. Like, what you gonna do with this? I don't know. Jake wasn't with it, but Kevin was. Y'all know Kevin is a conformist. So he gonna write down to get it. I don't exactly blame Kevin for doing the things he's doing. But I do, I take issue with Kevin saying he don't want to do something and having a whole damn attitude and then get mad when somebody else do it. Like, that get on my nerves with Kevin. Like, he's wearing me out. Rashad comes back to the shop and Imani is doing the girl hair. And the dude who brought her there, they know each other, you know, so they dap each other off and, you know, they talking to each other, whatever. Imani asked him to go do something for her. And so he was like, damn, girl, like, don't you see me talking? Like, I did this. Aren't I done for the day? So apparently he works for Imani in the shop. He helps around the shop, I guess, just to pay his way because he lives at the house. They leave to go get a drink or whatever. And Imani is there with the girl. She's washing the girl's hair. And she's like, are you okay? Like, are you okay for real? And the girl's like, no. I'm not okay. Then we see Gemma wants to interview Kevin during the announcements for what some kind of show she has that's going on. And he says no, he doesn't want to do it. And he leaves. So when he leaves, she turns around and she cheeses at Jake, who's standing in the hallway, and asks him, could he do an interview? It's only going to take a few minutes. She promises X, Y, and Z. Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all. Gemma get on my fucking nerves. Okay? I ain't going to lie. She's an annoying character to me. She be doing too damn much. And she probably going to be, you know, a great leader in the future. But right now, she just get on my damn nerves. Okay? Like, so I ain't going to lie. When Kevin walked away from my... I be low-key laughing because she talked too damn much. But he about to lose his woman as well. So the dude and Rashad are out eating or out drinking. And so they're talking about everything that's going on or whatever. And she tells him, well, you know, I just work there, you know, to try to, you know, Trick said he was going to give me a gig. So, you know, that's why I'm working there. And he was like, well, I'd rather be in jail than work for that thing. What you mean, that thing? That's not no girl, dude. That's a nigga in a dress. So I already know that it's about to be some major disrespect that's about to come towards Imani. So I hope she got her gun or a knife or something, because he either going to try to screw her or he going to try to kill her when something go left. It's going to be left, though. I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. What do y'all think Rashad is going to do now that he knows this information? So Emma just goes over to his mama's house, don't say nothing, child, just show up, and she is there with Suede and they doing they love making. She pouring shots and he busting the damn door on them. He wants to talk to her about Tiffany. They come out and he start hollering and screaming, and you know, she trying to talk to him about what's going on with her, but he's so upset about Suede being over him and you choosing him over me, and you know, he just all in his feelings about everything that is happening. So he gathers his things and he leaves. So we back at Papa Daddy Church. Okay, so I guess he back on a good foot with the Lord after after doing what he was doing, okay? Trig is there, you know, Tracy is there, Duda is there. I think he's there. But anyway, they give this speech, you know, he's talking about they need to be connected, they need each other, nobody's perfect. They're talking about the mayor at this point. They want us to be violent. He comes in and said they want us to be violent, you know, but we got to work together, and if we can keep this quiet, you know what I'm saying? So at that moment, Tracy gets a call, okay? It's a case coming in right at this very moment. Then we see Imani and her co-workers there. She's like, we need to help this girl. We need to do something for this girl. And the co-worker's like, girl, this is grown folks' business, bitch. You get involved in this, they gonna come up here and shoot up all this shit, girl. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna need, he work with them. Ask your man to help, girl, because I'm not finna get killed out here. Then we see Trig goes to answer the call from the, call center, and he defuses the situation. What was funny to me when they was walking up the stairs, and then was like, you got an OnlyFans?
That fuck that OnlyFans shit.
She was like,
that OnlyFans pay our rent, you broke bitch.
The dude punches Trig, and then his bodyguard pull out a gun and like threaten the dude. I'm like, this is how y'all gonna do it. I mean, I don't know. You just gonna be pulling guns. You a gangster. You pulling guns on a random citizens and shit. Like, I don't know if that shit is gonna last. I don't know how it's gonna work. Then we see Emmett and Keisha and Tiffany. Keisha and Emmett are talking. They're just sitting out eating, talking about what's going on. And Tiffany drops off the son and says that she got to run some errands. She give him a kiss, and then he spills all the tea to Keisha about she's sleeping with her client or whatever. And Keisha's like, damn. He was like, she's screaming and stuff. He was like, nah, she ain't screaming or whatever. She ain't really saying nothing. And then my mama messing with this dude I used to go to high school with. She was like, so you mad everybody is getting something but you, right? Boy, she was like, listen, you can't live your whole life to sin and expect for good things to happen to you. And it's kind of what you deserve, sir, from all the dirt you done did your whole life. The whole time you been with Tiffany. Like, get out of here. The son has come in and, he playing video games. So Emmett has to get up and go do something. And Keisha kind of looks at the son and she kind of like, you can tell she want to keep this baby. She's struggling about giving up the baby. Even though she act like she don't want it, she wants the baby. I think she gonna end up keeping him. Tracy is at the situation trying to diffuse, right? She's talking to the girlfriend and the daughter of the girlfriend that was in the house or whatever. She's telling them, be strong. Y'all got to be strong for the kids. She can help you either way if you decide to leave him, or if you decide to stay, she can help the whole family. While Trig is outside talking to the guy, he's just a man. He's just a man, honey. And he don't know what to do. He should be with his woman right now, but he here with you, trying to help you get your stuff together. I was like, this is so extra. Like, I didn't really, like I said, that whole storyline to me was a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really go for it, but okay. So the dude leaves, and they say they got to follow up with him, and even Tracy was like, can we do this? And he was like, well, I mean, we got to start somewhere. He was like, you are not a police officer, sir. You are not the po-po out here. Then Imani tells him about the girl that came into the shop, right? And so he's like, listen, that's not my business. I'm going to stay out of the business. Oh, so you a selective vigilante. So you only helping the community for certain things and not for other people. But see, he can't go against the people he worked to go, because she want him to run up in somebody's house and take the girl out. Which that shit isn't, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is all of this going to work? Somebody make it make sense for me, baby. He said he off duty right now. She going to have to call somebody else. So she was like, okay, well, your ass needs to sleep on the couch then. We see Jim and Jake at the interview, and she's just smiling and then just encouraging him. And do you have on cologne? Oh, why you need cologne on for an interview, sir? But all right. And then she asked him a question about why do you think the police feel threatened when they have guns or whatever. Jake answers a very good answer. I didn't write it down, but it was very nice answer he gave. And Kevin is sitting listening at these announcements, baby. And Kevin is hot. He is mad. And this is one of the things, like I said, that get on my nerves about him. It's like, sir, if you want to do it, you could have did it. She asked you to do it first, but you keep telling her no. What do you think she's going to do? You see Gemma's dad and Rosalind, and Tracy interrupts their meeting. And they ask her a question about the Olympics, because they was going back and forth about the Olympics. Rosalind, kind of butts in, because Tracy is like, I don't care about no Olympics. Don't nobody care about no Olympics around here. People getting killed. People are dying by the people that's supposed to protect him, and y'all worry about the damn Olympics. That's not going to do nothing for us. And Gemma's dad was like, well, the Olympics is going to bring a lot of money to the city, a lot of jobs to the city or whatever. And then Rosalind chimes in like, listen, how you going to patrol the whole city? Well, I'm not patrolling the whole city. So you think the black people's the only people that need help? Well, in my mind, yeah, the black people's the only people that need help. Like, girl, how is that going to work? Although I like Tracy's ideal, their ideal is nice. You cannot not police a whole city of people, or not say we not going to police no white neighborhoods because y'all don't need protection. Huh? And do we all know that defund the police don't mean it's not going to be no police? It just means that the police are going to handle police things. You know what I mean? And then community groups and organizations and, mental health facilities and things like that, they will handle other things. But the phrase defund the police is a harsh phrase, and a lot of people don't like to hear it. It's just the way they put it. You know what I mean? She gets smart with Jim and Daddy and say, you sound like you just want to be on the front news of the paper. And he was like, you look like you want to be on the front of the paper too. And she was like, you know what, bitch? I ain't got time for this. I got work to do. So she leaves, and then he asks Rosalind to leave too. And she's like, why? And he was like, because I asked you to. Okay? And so we see Jim and Daddy tells him, listen, you need to be careful with Tracy ass, because I see you looking at her. I see you looking at that ass. Okay? So just watch yourself, sir. Dominique and Daryl are setting up for the tasting that they're having tonight, and Tiffany comes over, and she's kind of, it's awkward at first, but, she's like, what's up? How you feeling? You feeling? I'm good, or whatever. And then Dominique was like, so are we, like, good or whatever? Like, she's like, yeah, we're good. She was like, so you not mad at me? She was like, nah, girl, I mean, it's cool. Emmett be fucking everybody, basically, girls. It's like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. She was like, but don't do that shit again. Don't do it again. But, okay, girl. At the party that's going on, we see Tiffany is talking to two potential clients, I'm guessing, or friends of hers, and she's saying that she finally did get some, but it wasn't from Emmett, and it was good. It was a little bit too good. And they was like, well, ain't nothing wrong with that, sis. You know what I mean? Basically, they're like, it's okay for you to do whatever you need to do. Between married folks, y'all can do whatever you do. We can kind of see this as mirrored with Duda and Rosalind's characters as well, right? But, open marriage. We have an open marriage. We're honest with each other about it. And she was just like, I don't know how I feel about sharing or whatever. Well, girl, you sharing anyway. Now he just telling you what happens if something happens. She goes over to Jada and Sway. Jada's over there jacked up, okay? She says she needs something that's going to help her sleep. I'm assuming this is because of her chemo, that she's going to start or whatever the case may be. So, and I don't even know if she's told Sway what's going on with her yet. After the night of crime fighting, Trig and Tracy, they kind of pump up the people that's there, because they like, we're going to have to come out here every night. And they like, I don't know. We're going to work all that shit out. But at least when you be in the streets, you're going to be in the streets from a purpose, right? And then Duda shows up and he says, if we can keep this quiet and we can make this work, then I will never let y'all down. So after they break and everybody goes home, Tracy tells him how impressed she is with him and the things that he's decided to do with that money. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and head out. I'm going to go home. And she's like,
can I join you?
I was like, girl, you finna go. It don't never be right when you be sleeping with that lady husband. I'm just saying. I don't care if she approve or not. I'm just saying. Trust me. Swade and Jada are leaving the party, and Emmett runs out because he can see his mom is jacked up. He like, I'll take you home. And she was like, nah, baby, it's all good. Go back in there and have a good time. Swade got me. And so Emmett is looking like boo-boo the fool. Finally his mama got a man. And now he looking like he low-key a little jealous, or he just feeling left out. Tiffany even comes out to check on her. He's like, nah, I think she good. She just a little bit too high. Then they flash the baby Darnell was up in there spinning like SpongeBob in the whirlwind, bitch. He was like, I don't want to do this. I am too high. I took it too far. I'm sorry. He stands up and he was like, I got an announcement to make.
I don't want to be high no more. I'm delivered.
We see Kevin in his room agonizing. Now he texting Gemma. Oh, last week you said you was tired of hearing her talk. You ain't want to go to the meeting. Then you ain't want to get no interview. And now you texting her and you getting left on red. Okay? And I ain't mad at Gemma. Leave his ass on red because you're acting a fool. Nina, this whole time, is setting up the table for the dinner that she talked about earlier that day. Then we see Keisha in her room. She just crying because she want to keep this baby. Okay, y'all can't tell me she don't want to give up this baby. She wants to keep this baby, and she is agonizing, honey. So she is crying. And then we see Kevin walking back and forth, like I said, pacing. And then Dre is whispering on the phone to Jada, telling her it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be good. We're going to make it through this situation. So they all come down to eat. But like I said earlier, the family is really falling apart underneath the surface. Tiffany goes home to Emmett and she tells him, hey, listen, I think that we should have an open marriage. And Emmett is like, what do that mean? Do you want me to go screw other people? And she was like, no, I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to be honest with me. You know what I'm saying? So basically, having an open marriage is not saying let's go have sex with other people. It's saying if you find somebody that you're attracted to and y'all end up messing around with each other, I would rather you tell me and be honest with me, so that if I see somebody I like, I can go also out there and be with them as well, and it won't end our marriage. He's confused about the whole situation, but she said they'll figure it out together. And then we see Duda and Tracy take it on to the house, honey, and they drinking. And baby, when he did that swivel with his hips like that, I said, Duda, you better swirl it. You better swirl that dick, okay? He said, he swiveled it in there, honey. And they was bumping and grinding on the window. Tracy was getting her some. And Rosalind came home and put them keys on the dresser, and she was looking like, what's up? You know, I'm like, Ty be with his other girls. You know what I'm saying? And she sat down on the couch like, oh, y'all invite me to the party. You know, don't stop because of me. And so Duda is like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, he about to go to the bedroom or whatever. But Tracy pulls him back to the couch like, let's get it popping right here. I don't care. And Rosalind's just sitting there looking with a smile on her face. Like she might join in later, honey. And so the thing for me is Tracy, whenever shit go wrong, you can tell that Rosalind don't really like you. So now she got something to hold over your head once things go to the left, because they will go to the left, okay? So the episode was good. I want to know what you guys think about this whole policing of the community thing by Trig and by Tracy. I think it's a good idea, but I think it's just threw together and it's going to fall apart. What do y'all think about Kevin's situation? Kevin is getting on my nerves, but I also realize that he's a young man who has been through a lot in the past, 3 years, 2-3 years on this show. And so, you know, he's entitled to have some moments, but the refusal to get help when you have access to therapy, when you know better, you know what I mean? Like, you've been to therapy. Like, Kevin knows he can get help, but he just very stubborn, and he act like an old ass man to me. He kind of annoys my soul. Do Gemma get on y'all nerves? Because she get on my fucking nerves. I don't really care for Gemma character. She can go, okay? And she'll be gone anyway after him and Jake make up and all of that kind of stuff, unless him and her and Jake stay together. Other than that, I thought it was a good episode. I feel really bad for Jada because it's always some shit with her. She can't ever just be happy for like a season. It'll always be some drama. Yeah, good episode. I want to hear your thoughts about it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will holler at y'all next time. Peace. Oh, this one was kind of long.